Hi everyone, we're going to go through some questions from Godolphin and Latymer schools past papers. And so these are some tricky questions that I picked out for this school. So let's go through some of them to make sure we have a better chance of doing these by ourselves. So let's see what the first one says. It says a set of 5 square-based boxes are made from centimeter cubes. Okay, so firstly, they're boxes and they're made from centimeter cubes. And each box fits exactly inside each other with the tops level, so they're going to be perfectly fitting in. Okay, right, the dimensions of the largest box is 14 by 14 by 13, and so we've got a few boxes here. You can see what are the dimensions of the second box, so we need to work out what the height, the length and the width of this box is. Now because it's a square base, so we know that we don't have to think about it too much. You can find the length and that's going to be the width as well. Now if we think about it, because it's made from centimeter cubes, and we can just about see here, this is the cubes that they're talking about. Okay, it's made from these centimeter cubes and it takes up this space. That must mean that there's also a centimeter cube here at the bottom layer, right? So that must be a centimeter. That must mean the height must be 12 centimeters, right? Is that right? Height must be 12 centimeters. It must be 1 centimeter less than the previous one, right? Because it's going to fit in there, and it needs to be 1 centimeter less, right? It's because we've got the extra centimeter here at the bottom, and that will allow us to fit it perfectly on top, right? That will make it the 13 centimeters. Okay, so I've got 12 centimeters as a height. Now the width and the length, well, we know that there's another centimeter here, right? There's another centimeter here, another centimeter here. So that must mean that it's going to be 2 centimeters shorter than the larger one, right? So that must mean that that's also going to be, is that going to be 12 centimeters? That's going to be 12 centimeters. That's going to be 12 centimeters. And so that seems about right. But then I'm thinking, they're all 12, but this one was one less, okay, than the other two sides. So there might be something I might have mistakenly done, right? So let's have a look at the height again. So what are the dimensions of the second box? So I know it's going to be 12 by 12 by something. I'm confident about the 12 by 12. So I'm not as confident about the height. So let me have a rethink about the height. Now I know the height is already 13. That includes this extra 1 centimeter, not extra, but this 1 centimeter here made with the Legos. And so I know that that in order for it to fit, the height must be 12 centimeters, right? The height must be 12 centimeters because there is that extra 1 centimeter at the bottom as well. So that must mean that it is 12 centimeters. So yeah, I'm quite confident about that. I had to double think about it because it didn't seem right at first. So 12 by 12 by 12 is the dimensions of the second box. That must mean the smallest box, this must be 10, because I'm taking away 2 from each side, 2 centimeters. That must be 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by, what must this be? This must be 11 centimeters. So we're taking away 2 from the length and the width, but only 1 from the height, right? So that would make sense, because that, in order for it to fit in there, it has to ignore the bottom 1 centimeter. So altogether it's 12 centimeters. Yeah, that makes sense. So now I've got 8 by 8 by 10, and then I'll have a 6 by 6 by 6 by 6 by 9. Okay, so what is the dimension of the smallest box? It would be a 6 by 6 by 9 centimeter dimensions. Does that make sense? Because why is it 9? Because I know that the full length of this is 10. I have to take this 1 centimeter away at the bottom because it's going to be covered with Lego. So in order for it to fit, the height has to be 9 centimeters so that it fits perfectly on top, and there's nothing coming out of the top, or there's nothing going in either. It just fits perfectly.